Okay, here we are. You'll have to excuse me. I got a little snack here. Okay. Was I hearing myself? Crazy? Alright. Wait, what? I am hearing myself. From which way does that come? Ah, okay. I was hearing myself. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Lily? Thank you for coming in, Superman. Okay. Today's going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to look at a video where Beyonce is practicing. Mostly dance stuff. We'll get to the vocals. So, the second result comes up. No, is it this one? It's this one. Okay. There we go. How am I doing? I'm doing well. I was able to practice. I have not practiced in a long time. And so I need to I need to motivate myself by making content, basically. Get all these clips. Let's see. Is that done? Second. Yeah, okay. All right. Got to move these into storage. Let's see. Let's move them here. And let's put this here. All right. Almost done. Almost set up. I change my workflow like really, really, really often. So it's gonna one of these days I'll find like a nice happy medium. Um it just takes a little bit for me. Alright. I believe these are all muted. Yes, they are all muted. Okay. Oh, I need to delete everything in the folders. Some files, some commands. Go, everything's deleted. And then boop. Okay, gotta move this as trash, boosh. Okay, we're all set. All right, what is up today? We're going to be looking at the one and only Beyonce doing some dancing practice, and hopefully we learn something. Love the glasses. Not sure what's happening, but I can't see you. That is, I don't think on my end. Hey, yeah, Tim. Ah, it's my wife coming home. Dogs are about to go insane. So let me close the door and let her know that I'm live. Sorry about this. Just started, but wife-o. Let me make sure I'm not. Okay. Sometimes my dog sits behind my chair. All right. Boosh. Should put on hair gel more often. I need contacts too. Regardless. All right. So let's take a look at what she's doing here. Okay. Now I think that's interesting. Let me put text in the main one. There we go. There we go. Text. All right, so this we have marking. So this is called marking. There we go. And let me make this all nice. Height, there we go. And then we'll move the thing down. Nope. Where's the y-axis? There we go. Okay. Really? Why is this, I don't want the preview. What happened? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Marking is doing something slowly and making sure that you have it right. You're slowing things down so you can pay attention and observe the movements. It's very, very, very important part of practicing. And then she has, yeah, these rotation. All right. Ah. Yeah, here we go. What is going on here? All right, this should be as simple as copy paste. It's not, for whatever reason. There we go. All right, and here we have torso movement. Torso movement. And there we go. Okay. When we sing, it's extremely important that we are able to move our torsos in a very relaxed and calm way. It's as if you, like, if you're a singer and you take a balloon, you fill up the balloon, and then you crush the balloon. The crushing of the balloon is too much air, basically. That's what's going to happen if you don't have a loose torso. And high notes take very little air, and then it's especially a bad thing for Beyonce. If she's tight, she's going to get winded more quickly. And so not only does tension affect the voice, but it's also affecting her cardio endurance. So you'll see a lot in this video that she does a lot of different torso movements. And as this particular session, this rehearsal goes on, you'll actually see her torso loosening up even more. Original video supposed to be muted? Yeah, because it's got a Beyonce track on it, so it's muted. Let me check if how I'm filming here. What is up today? We're gonna be looking. Let's take a look at what she's doing here. Okay. So today will be like the reaction and observe. And I'm going to do a reaction to a couple of these videos, but I'm going to mark them in text, and then I'll bring it back later. I can't do. Someone said something, and it bothered me because it's true. I need to do like low effort reacts to sustain my existence and get AdSense, but also to do research. Like reacts are basically paid research. That's how I view them. So So someone was like really disappointed in the quality drop. But this is how I do it. And I think it'll be great. I'm making notes as I go. There we go. There's another example. That's a really good example of torso movement. Yeah, we're just gonna copy pasta. Let's see. Now this is an excellent example right here. Yeah, you see how like that's. Hold on. I'm gonna unmute it for a second. I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row. You see how like she's getting all of her torso to move. This is incredible because to do this specific movement, you need very loose pectoral muscles, very loose hip, shoulder, back, stomach. You need to have very loose everything in your torso. It's very hard to accomplish. Like if I were doing that, it would be really rigid and the motions wouldn't be as precise and elegant. Whereas with her, it's extremely elegant. It's almost like she's some sort of professional dancer as well as a singer. But this stuff does help, even though it is dancing. Let's see. Do I have... I think I do. Hold on. Let me just make sure that this is the right scene. I think I have, let's see, copyright prevent, spacebar. Okay, this is correct. So I'm safe to actually do this. I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain. And this is interesting to me because, like, what you're getting here is some break, right? It's important to rest. But then at this part, watch her, like, walk off and kind of focus. Right? Slowing it down again and making sure that everything is loose, right? Swaying everything. When you have movement, you're not going to be tight in that motion, right? So if you're really tight here in the trapezius, you can do like arm circles, you can do what she's doing actually, which is like waving, and all this is really, really good. There's it's not enough to stretch. You need to have the elasticity and the lack of tension. If you're used to holding yourself up and your posture, you're used to being like really rigid, then no amount of stretching is actually going to really push you and help you to this degree. So all of this movement stuff is very, very important. Hey, Sheldon. I feel like I should, like, I don't know. If I fight against the whole being called daddy, the more people will call me daddy. So, but it's a little weird. Let's see. Maybe it shouldn't be. This is, I think, her swaying back and forth, right? Yeah. Just more of that. Really nice, like, relaxed example of this. Yeah. And then we're doing swaying. Right. Okay. What do we have here? Okay. I love that. Attention to detail. Okay. Okay. This is a really big one. Now, what often happens when people are practicing is that they have this misconception. They think that if they spend a lot of hours, that that's going to get them to get good. And listen, part of the equation is spending time on a thing, right? Like, you don't spend time on it, it's not going to work out. But it's very important that you like step back and then force your brain to recall it, because the second you start doing that, you're building myelin, which is, or myelin, whatever. It's a fatty tissue around your nerves, your neural pathways, and that creates this like highway, right? So that's why it's super important. The act of practicing should be do a thing, step back, try it again, and have that process throughout the day. So not only is she having a lot of attention to detail here, look at how she is utilizing people who she trusts to give feedback, right? This guy's pointing and talking, and he's like, okay, wait a minute, now you got to do this, right? And she ends in that pose. And so having some external observation is actually really helpful. That might sound like I'm shilling out lessons, but I have a Discord where I give people help for free because I think this is extremely important, this sort of thing. So that Discord link is in the link down below. I can't do like an hour, but like yeah, if you send a recording, like I'll try to help, because if I didn't have this, I'd still be kind of awful. So and just having community, having people to help you understand what you need to be doing better is extremely valuable. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. It's very difficult to do. Look at how loose her arms are. I'm going to type relax, but everything is in caps. I feel like I'm sending the wrong message. Now, this part of it is extremely important. Look at how relaxed she is. This is a common misconception with like singing. I tell people they have to be relaxed, but then they do this and they slouch. You have to be relaxed and energized. And look at how like she's moving and everything just flows. It's incredible. Like her technique, her dancing technique is just immaculate. It's just everything is just smooth as butter. It's incredible. Right? And then this is another example right here. When I talk to my friends so quietly. Just outstanding. Hey, what's up, Numa? Sorry, let me try that. Numa Heseta. Listen, if I ever get a name wrong, please correct me. Numa Heseta. Let me make sure I'm good here. Well, it's only going to pick up me talking, which is exactly the point. What is this? Oh, this is an excellent example right here. Yeah, you see how like that. I'm begging you. I just have like 4 seconds, and this is an how like that's 4 seconds. Yeah. Let's nick that. See, this is this is where I'm like with React video. Let's take a look at what she's doing here. I always think like I'm like really succinct, and then it turns out like it's been like 30 minutes. Like every time I do a React video, I'm like, oh, I'm doing this quick. That's absolutely the opposite of the truth. This I love. She's practicing mic technique, so she's putting herself in the circumstances. Let me I love this. I'll call this like visualization. Visualizing. Um, unmute this. That'll be there, and then I'll mute. Okay. Yeah. Boosh. This one is really, really, really good. Notice how she's got the mic in her hand. Right? She's got the mic in her hand. She's moving very, very intentionally, but also kind of slowing it down. It's very important that you visualize the performance and that you mock through everything that you're doing. Having the microphone in your hand, even though you don't have a microphone, well, you still need to get used to that movement, right? And so she's very, very specific about how she does every little thing during her rehearsal. Very focused. You and the word quick are polar opposites. Yep. What I'm doing is I'm going to be doing these reacts and I think taking notes and like putting notes on stuff like this. And then coming back to it later and then trying to be a little bit more thoughtful about each individual moment. And hopefully put that together, and that could be like more of what I did with like Chloe Bailey. With her, like, she has arrived, changes the genre. That video took 2 days. But I don't think it has to take 2 days. It actually can't take 2 days. I can't do those anymore. So 20 minutes for reacting to a 3-minute video. Listen, we got details in this. The reason why it does take so long is because I'm trying to explain these like super deliberate things that the singers do. Like that is like way more, that is like, look at how intentional. Like I'm basically bringing you the highlight reel of like her entire rehearsal and what she does during the rehearsal. Hard work and talent are so right. 100%. Also, you didn't see what I was talking about because of this. 100%. She's incredibly hardworking. And she's extremely thorough and detailed. I bet you this rehearsal was like 6 hours long. Like with a lunch break. I bet you. So like, but it has to be that way because she has to focus, do stuff, and then walk away and then come back. So what we're seeing here is another example of her slowing it down. See that? She's slowing it down. She's got the mic movement and she's really, really focused. When you practice, it's about focus. It's not about just like, you can play, you can focus, but it's not just like, I'm practicing, I'm doing what I need to do because like that's not practicing. Going in there and trying to hit notes. Like that's not, listen. If it sounds like Tarzan, okay, it's not a high note, all right? A noise that is high is not a high note, okay? Are we clear on that? I think we're good, yeah? She rehearses one section of the concerts for like 6 months. I bet. Because her album releases are pretty far apart. I think last one was Lemonade, right? And that was like, when was that? That was a while ago. So she puts a lot of work. Her shows are insane. The amount of dancers, the amount of shit she does, the little moments, like, it's incredible. Yeah. She's a professional, and her it's like really well documented just like how much she works. Good evening. How you doing? Let's see. On the event. And then forcing recall. Forcing. Let me sure I've spelled recollection correctly. I think I did. Good. Okay. Oh, this one. Okay, so this one's super important. You see how she is forcing recollection. Okay, she is recalling the. You can see the concentration. She's not like she's focused on something in her mind. You can see it in her eyes, and that's super important. It's forcing the recollection, which again builds that myelin, builds that highway of the neural pathways. And that is so necessary. That is the point of practice. And so she's forcing the recollection. And by doing it this way, not all the time, but every now and then, by doing it this way, she is allowing herself a little bit of a physical rest and then also having to recall things mentally. And so that's a different kind of work that will allow her to flex a different kind of muscle while she rests the other, right? She needs to take breaks from exercising. She can't just run for 6 hours, right? So then she walks off and she's thinking about it. Very important. I forgot the L. Thank you for that. Yeah. All right. Yes. Okay. I got to make a joke about that. Just like I'm forcing myself to spell recollection with 2 L's. I got this. I'm a professional. What is the sponsoring of the channel? I don't know what that is. Thank you for whoever did that. I appreciate it greatly. I wish I knew what that meant. I'm so sorry. Like, I've been trying to look for that. Recollection. I even looked at my my thingamabob. I always put her hard work on a level comparable to the late Michael Jackson. You're so intentional as performers, which such attention to detail. Yeah, and that's necessary. Highly necessary. If you look at another person who's excellent to look at for this, I'm a little bit uncomfortable to bring him up because Mike Tyson was charged with some very serious things. And everyone's, people are like, well, I know I'm not going to get into that. But Mike Tyson's, if you look at his practice, it's extremely focused and intentional. And like his movements when he goes, when he pivots to the side to get to a side punch, the way that he jumps and adjusts over his hips, it's incredible. Like, he was such a thoughtful athlete, and he doesn't get credit for it. I mean, I guess now he does. Fighters know. They know what's up with Tyson. Man, I wish I knew the sponsor thing. Maybe that'll show up. No, I don't know. I'm sorry. Whoever sponsored, thank you so much. I wish I knew what it was. It's forcing recollection. Oh no, what is this one? Wow. Look at that isolation. That's incredible. That is incredible. This is something dancers do. It's a specific thing that dancers do. It's isolation, right? And on the basic level, it's like, okay, let's move the torso over the hips, and then you bring your torso forward, you bring your torso to the back, and you do all of these movements, and you isolate each joint and each muscle, and it's an extremely valuable education in movement, and it informs you so heavily. For whatever reason, this says it's paused, but then it's not. You bring your torso forward, bring and movement. Just like I'm forcing myself. I got this. Okay, that's fine. The starting and stopping is a good redundancy. This is another attention to detail. Like this is how I try to practice. Like no cap. I spent a lot of time just on my bobbing and weaving. I'm posting those on Instagram, but I'll also make YouTube's shorts and stories. Okay. And then this will be okay. This one I love. This one I love. Everything that she has done there is incredibly specific to the timing of the music, down to her finger, and then the hip movement on the beat. That is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly specific. Details. And when you go that granular, you need to go, you need to walk away from it and come back to it. Walk away and come back to it. And all of her performances have so many of these moments. Someone was saying to me that she takes 6 months to work on a single segment of her show, which makes sense. I mean, her album cadence, I mean, last one, she just dropped a new single, and what was her last album was Lemonade. So there's a lot of time in between, and her shows are so spectacular with dancing and, special effects and stuff like that. So she really invests in every little detail. And look, I don't think that that's wise if you're just starting out to get obsessed over specific things. Like, you should have a general, fun, kind of playful approach to something. You get this focused on every little granular detail when everything else sort of comes easy, and you're like, okay, well, I'm doing this very easily. Now let me move my shoulder. Now what are my hips doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You get into the details as you get better, and this is just a perfect example of where she's at. Just so incredibly specific. Agree 100%. They got at top of their game by repetition and hard work. Such a nerd vibe. Like, they studied and worked for their craft. It's more, though. It's more than just hard work. It's smart work. You have to work hard to work smart. That's something I've been doing more and more of, is like, I don't spend a lot of time making content, I think, relative to other YouTubers, but I'm always working on my process. And I'm always thinking, okay, how could that be better? How could that be faster? How could that be easier? And then, like, I'll go learn to code. I'll go learn and program some macros. And I'll work hard so that I work smart. I hope that makes sense. I might want to put that in the video, because it sounded good to me. I'm not sure if it was. Fun. For me, this one is incredibly important, maybe even the most important. She is having fun. She likes what she's doing, and that's incredibly important, because if you have negative motivation and you're really forcing yourself to do it, your focus is on making yourself do it instead of enjoying it and really observing and allowing the details to present themselves to you. I had to adjust everything that I did when I graduated conservatory, because I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to force myself to do all these things. I had to find a positive motivation. I had to learn to love it, learn to enjoy it. And the more you can do that with the specific details, now that's when it works brilliantly. And you can spend more time practicing because you enjoy it. Look at that. This one I love too. Collaborative art. Let me make sure I'm not messing up collaborate. Is that yeah. Okay, good. I got this one right. I got this one. I have a college degree, everybody. How do I spell? I don't know. All right. This one is another really, really, really important one. She is working with people and she's collaborating and making collaborative art and being positive and nice to work with. Okay. Collaboration, working with other artists helps you. You get their experience, you get their aesthetic, and you take some information. And then of course, being incredibly easy to work with and fun to work with is like you'll never get high. Like, I don't care who you are. There's a couple of people that I know of in the entertainment business, and I'm not going to name names, but they're big. They were big. Past tense, because they became incredibly difficult to work with. Now, I thought this was short. Let me see how long this video is. All right, hold on. Let's get the calculator out. Because I thought this was short. No one ever told me to be poignant. Right. Yep. Okay, and then the 46. I'm going to do all this in seconds. Uh, 44. If it's 10 minutes, I want to get another video of her doing rehearsals. 67. And then, there we go, 144. Okay, plus 144. No. Yeah, no, that's correct, because it was 40. Is that it? 145, 35. My goodness, I thought I was brief. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I am not brief here in the slightest. How do I tell the length? I just, like, is there a way to do details? Like, 44, 40, 36. Okay. I'm just gonna do it like this. Can't even see the mouse. Does everybody just like do details? Details, how long is it? Really? I'm not gonna get that from it? Okay. 36. 56. Wow. I might actually be at 10 minutes. This is bananas. All right. Plus 63. Plus 35. Probably is faster to just Just like I'm 5 plus 11. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's definitely a faster way to do this. Probably even if I did VLC player. Okay, there we go. And that's gonna be 34. Yeah, we're we're past 10 minutes. I thought I was like, I'm gonna get a 5-minute video today. Nuh-uh. That is not what's happening. Plus 5. Wow, we're already above that. That's insane. 51 plus 51. This is why, like, its reaction is paid research, and then I'm gonna actually make like the more thoughtful videos. I was gonna do like basically a remake of This Is How Beyonce Breathes. 60. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Ridiculous. When will I shut up? Never is the answer. Never. Never, ever, ever. Just as a point of reference, if you ever want to watch her rehearsal process for her Ravel concert, it's here on YouTube, and it's dance and vocal practice, and it's only 5 minutes. That's definitely what we're gonna do next. Yeah. Rehearsal process concert. There we go. Oh, by the way, Tim, were you able to make Blender work? Because I can help you with that if you weren't able to, because it took me a little bit to make it work. The making of a concert, was that the one? Oh, parts 1 and 2. Look inside at the making of Revel. Revel, not Revel. Beyonce's not a French composer.
If we keep everything short, can we have mobilators? Can we bring in the...
I think the show has the potential of being probably one of the greatest shows we've done. If people really sit and listen to Beyonce.
I wish people didn't put these with backing tracks. Who posted this? Beyonce, Jay-Z for life. I mean, it probably has music in the background anyway. Is that the one I was just watching? This is some cool stuff. Yeah, this definitely deserves its own video. I just wish it weren't filled with background music, because now I have to do the whole stopping crap, and I don't want to do that.
More. Passion. I'm back to work. I'm back to business.
Okay. Well, what we can do with this is we can download it and then play it in Resolve. I just need to convert the files real quick. Good. Sweet deal. And then that's going to be a.webm. There we go. It's also posted by Revel's channel without the unnecessary tracks. Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay.
People really sit and listen to Beyonce.
Okay.
You know, I haven't sang in a year.
Okay. Good. Wonder if I could force MP4. Let's see. think it's -F. Yeah, okay, YouTube DLP -F. Alright, YouTube DLP, and we'll just do the part 1, because I'm gonna take forever to do it. Okay, YouTube DLP, and -F and before out. Okay. -F and before. And then there, and then out. Beyonce, Ravel. Good. Take that, WebM. Go to hell. All right. All right, let's save this timeline. It was her first concert back after having a baby, which is why I love it so much. She put that so much effort into, even after having a child. I actually, I have no idea what it's like to give birth. I know, shocking. But I can imagine that this is incredibly exhausting and difficult to do these, even in the best of circumstances. So.
Beyonce is ready to get back to performing after only 5 months performing for 3 nights. Grand opening of the Revel Casino.
So she has a baby, and now she's preparing for an incredibly involved concert. Beyonce might be obsessed, incredibly hardworking. I don't know. Let's just throwing it out there because hello.
Beyonce is ready to get back to performing after only 5 months performing for 3 nights. Grand opening of the Revel Casino and Revel Resorts in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Official return to performing since having baby Blue Ivy in January.
Huh.
It is exciting. I feel a little nervous.
I know that this is like second. Where are we at? Lost my spot. Not good. I think it was one right here. All right. What was I doing? Right. I'm putting up the live stream just in case I get nuked for copyright again. I'm also going to put it on the other one. There we go. Okay. And that is correct. Can we just agree that Beyonce is incredibly, like, she's just a gorgeous woman. I'm not trying to take away from her talent. She is not all about her looks, clearly, but she is a very good-looking lady, and I don't think I'm off there. Dang. I love looking at her movements here. That's so quick. Oh my god. So these movements are incredibly beneficial to singers. When she does that movement, it's not like belabored. It's very much, she's very balanced, center of gravity, and all of that comes from her hips. And it just shows you how incredibly athletic she is and how fantastic. This is why her breath is incredible. This is why she can sing and dance, because she's energized, she's balanced, but she's loose at the same time. Yeah, she is incredible, gorgeous. I like all the shots of her without makeup is really interesting. Because like, holy crap, the power of makeup to just like change somebody's faces. But like, obviously, like without makeup, she's still gorgeous. It was just really interesting. I love when I do Beyonce as well, and she is trending. This is cool. So I just found this out. I tested this with a guy who does analytics for mine and other channels, just because he's a hobbyist of doing that stuff. He goes to college, but just loves YouTube data, and we learned that if an artist is trending, so Beyonce's trending because of her new track, but doing a video on Beyonce will also see an increase in viewership in the same way that I was lucky. The Mariah thing I just released happened to be after the BET concert where Mariah was like, surprise, right? So that's great because I don't want to have to make a video about Beyonce's track because at the end of the day, I'm not a sound engineer. At the end of the day, I'm not a producer. And I think that those people have a lot more to say as opposed to me who really, my thing is vocal tech. That's what I do. Although I do love audio as well, but that's not what I do. So here we go. Really? Really? When do I get a helicopter? At what like subscriber count am I legitimized? That is helicopter money. Good for her. This is great here. Working with people, oh my god, 8 weeks. More grounded. That's interesting. Huh. It takes like my advice to a lot of people who students who like sing and want to sing and want to do this for a living. My advice is consistently focus on other people. But this is interesting because at a certain point, the best situation you can hope for is that you're very cognizant of what other people want. You have a very strong relationship with yourself, and then you bridge that gap. She's communicating with people, and she's also inspiring a lot of people. And I think she's aware of that. And I'm not saying she's not humble. I think she has that as well. Look at this, how they're in a dance room, right? She's in a dance room. I just have this like imagination that like she just got done with practicing physically to sit down and talk about the show mentally and be able to collaborate. She's in dance attire. She's in fitness attire here. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Okay, montage. Beyonce's new album comes out July 29th. Can't wait for the new vocals. I'm excited. I'm excited. Her new track was like house. It was like a throwback to the 90s, but not like an imitation of the 90s. It's like EDM house music. It's actually really interesting. I think I'm safe to turn off the auto stop. I think. I don't want to risk it. It sucks, but I don't want to risk it. Oh, I should also make notes here. I want to focus on I want to focus on 10 years, 10,000 hours as like the concept for this. Put this up. And I want to grab the moment where she says she hasn't sung in a year. Because that to me is very interesting. I think I cut it off. I think it's like here. Not you. Sorry, y'all. I wanted to find that moment. She hasn't sang in about 3 to 4 minutes into the video. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, that helps. Thank you for that. Now, when is this? What does this shot look like? Really? 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. Yeah, cognizant of... Ah! And then... Okay. Where... Okay, that'll do. You heard it when you were skimming through, but you haven't actually reached it yet. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Okay. I like this part. Always pushing, always pushing. Always challenging yourself. What's the hotkey for inspector? I don't know. I gotta work on that. Okay. That is really interesting, I think, that statement. This one is something I wish I did in my senior recital, where I wish I was more aware of my body and my limits. Because everyone has limits, right? Like, she's a human being, so it's important that she structures the show around her limits. So this one I really like, because it's her acknowledging that and then before she talks about this, right? This one kicks butt. So she's extremely aware of what's going to tire her and what her limits are. So the pacing of the concert is something she's giving a lot of attention to detail with. And that's incredibly, that can only happen if you're very aware of what the demand of the performance is. And that takes a lot of experience. You could also unmute when you don't hear any tracks, or would that be too risky? It's too risky during a live stream. During a live stream, it's too risky, which sucks. Because the one time I got a copyright strike, I was live streaming, and it didn't. I wasn't even like doing it for very long, and I got a warning that I didn't see, and then bam. And they've changed it also to be that if when the live stream is done, it receives a blocked in all locations or a blocked worldwide strike. A video you can take a little bit more risks, because if it gets a DMCA request, you have a week or 3 days to take it down, which is not hard. So you don't get a strike unless you don't take it down. But a live stream, boom, they just give it to you. You don't get to like test anything. So that's why I have the pausing like as aggressive as I do, because it's the only way I can do this. Unfortunately. I like this sequence. Okay, montage. Okay. I want this kind of budget. Okay, there it is, yeah. This goes back to 10 years, 10,000 hours. Let's see. Great athletes like get injured all the time. I'll do that. That's how I'll do it. That's how I'll frame it. So this one I think is really nice, because like listen. So I think like that right there is probably like going to shock most people. But when you have 10 years, 10,000 hours, when you are extremely, extremely good at a thing, you can come back to it and then get there again. Think of it like an athlete who got injured and then came back and just, killed it from there, right? That happens all the time. And this is exactly the same thing. There we go. Okay. You can hear in the lows. You can hear in her lows that she's scraping the bottom here. Right? She's kind of disappearing into the low end right there. But like I said, like by the time this concert rolls around, undoubtedly she is completely and utterly prepared. I bet you this video is also going to take way too long. Where am I at so far? I don't know how to shut up. I like, this is a nice example of musicianship. Let's see. Okay. So one of the things that I think is incredibly important to take away from this is that, yes, singing is very technical. Yes, singing Beyonce's music is very technical. And also singing Beyonce's music while you're dancing is also very technical. But but first and foremost, it is a craft. It is an art, right? And Beyonce is an artist. And so watch her not only try to bring herself back vocally, but also bring herself back into the music. See? Brilliant. This pianist is incredible. This pianist is nuts. Yeah, that's right. What's the point here where that pianist is playing? It's nuts. What is that? Great. Surround yourself with greatness. And then I'm gonna have to bring that font size down. There we go. Okay, voila. All right. Take a listen to this pianist. This pianist is incredible. Right? Like, especially like his emphasis on that bass on the low end right there. Check that out. Right? Really, really cool accompaniment and attention to that boom, that nice, incredible bass that pianists can really get if they have good touch. So it's, Beyonce is not just great. She has a great team. And that's one of the things, I think it's really hard to get a full package like this because she's an incredible singer. She's an incredible dancer, incredible artist, but she's also an incredible leader and businesswoman. And it's real. That's a really hard part because at a certain point, you can only do so much by yourself. So you have to be able to bring in great people and manage them, right? You have to be able to bring them into your workflow and all that stuff. And it requires a lot of flexibility. It's very, very, very difficult. Very difficult. And a lot of people don't do it well. Yeah, this is her coming back to it. On her being a full package is why a lot of people hate her so much. Yes. And that's why she doesn't get understood a lot. This is worth mentioning, actually. I think one of the someone's just said something. Her being a full package is why a lot of people hate her so much. I think that yes, the jealousy is real, but also because she's good at so many different things. Like if someone's a dancer, they're going to be like, well, like she's not like the prima donna like Bella ballet dancer, or like if they're an opera singer, it's like, well, she's not a great opera singer, and they don't understand that these are a lot of her artistic decisions, probably all of them, are based on a singular goal and aesthetic that she chooses. And so it's not about appeasing the ballet. It's not about appeasing like classical musicians and their preferences. This is about taking all of these different skills and putting it collectively into a whole package. And it's extremely, extremely difficult. Like let's take it out of opera, right? I get Jasmine Sullivan fans like Beyonce's overrated. No, listen, Jasmine Sullivan can probably sing better than Beyonce. In my opinion, that's true, but that's my opinion. But Beyonce's not just a fantastic singer. She's also a fantastic dancer. She's all of these things. And that's why she's so successful, is because she's great at a lot of things. And that's really hard to do. It's hard enough to be great at one thing, let alone an entire, like several categories of artistry. Very, very hard to do. Yeah, people don't quite understand. Like, I was that way for a bit. I was a really, really judgmental human being, and then actually acting. This is funny. It was when I became an actor that I realized I was an asshole. because I would try to play these parts and I would always play people like they were assholes and the scenes weren't believable. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Oh, I'm an asshole. So I gotta not be an asshole so I can better get into the role. So nice. That's really great. The high note is not like perfect here, but she's singing the entire phrase. Okay. Now here's what I love. Here's what I see this happen. I do this too, and I'm guilty of it, where we sing a phrase and we get to the high note and we stop. We get to the high note, we're like, oh, thank God. That's not how you sing. That's not music. Listen to this. Listen to this. Beautiful descent. Now, maybe this high note is a little stiff, but she's sitting down. She hasn't sang in a year, and she's working on it. The patience, the confidence, right? She will get there. She knows how to get there. She's been there before, right? When you're this goes back to don't just practice the technique, you have to practice the music. And that's what she's doing right here. And that's brilliant. That descent, the tone on the descent. I love that. That sounds beautiful. It sounds beautiful. This is another example of like her being multifaceted. That's not gonna work with that one. Let's see. I'll put it above, I guess. Or I'll downsize it. Specificity is a term we used a lot in acting, but I'm not sure if it's specificity. Yeah, okay. It is an actual word. I wasn't sure if it was just acting jargon. Let's increase the font size. Boosh. It's because it's so important. Okay. And then this. Good. There we go. Listen, that's awareness, right? This goes back to what we were saying before, is that she's great at a lot of things, and that's incredibly difficult. Listen to how she's crafting the show. She's aware of her role as an entertainer, right? This is incredible knowledge. I think that's a brilliant observation. Yeah, I bet you I'm at like 10 minutes already. I bet you. Intro. And this is more details here. I mean, like, just listen to her talk about it. See? Like, she's the boss. She's the boss. right? She brings in specialists, she brings in great people, and then works with them and listens, but she's still an expert. So she's still the boss. And I imagine that everything she just said here is completely true. She's that aware. She's been doing it for that long. She's an excellent entertainer. She knows what the stage will look like and how that will look like to people in the back row. I don't know that. I don't know any singer who knows that. They shouldn't be. Oh, desktop was muted. Shit. This is why I took notes. Oh, that's painful. That's painful. I'd be better off remaking the whole thing, but I won't just stop now. Let's get through it all. I won't make a video of this. And we'll just watch it here. That sucks though. You asked me that earlier. It was because the track was muted on the other one. So hold on, if I go, where is this? So here's what was happening before, and I'm stalling. Hold on. So hold on, I'll show you what I was doing. So there we go. Let me get the camera out of here. So in the first one, I muted all of this because it was actually just her track. So I just muted it all. The second one, I had no idea. So, because I didn't mute this, but rip. I'm still taking notes, right? So at least it's not irredeemable, and I still have a video. I love Resolve too. I started using Resolve during the live streams because I get to take notes using the text stuff, and then I can come back to it and make a better video. Whereas before, should I mute my mic? Hold on. 1 second.
To incorporate the audience more.
Yeah, okay.
If you look at me,
Yo, what would I do without y'all? Half of my videos would just be silent if I didn't do these lives. Half of these videos would just be muted. Like, honestly, I have a very salvageable video. So the reason I'm like about it is because then I'd have to go back. I like doing everything kind of like too long, because the second you have to open a video editor, this is like things will take a long time. Whereas if I go back and I go over these notes, I'll be in a much better place to do commentary videos like I'm trying to do more of. The quality is higher. Like tomorrow I could do that. Pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, y'all, I'm a hot mess. What I should do is I should have a trigger sound. If everything is muted, play sound. I should do that. Let me write that in my notes, because this happens so often. This happens so often. I'm a wizard. Houdini, basic. It's all about Lesage. I'm the real deal. If OBS scene and silent play audio source. Have I listened to a full Beyonce album? No. Destiny's Child, maybe. I don't listen to albums, generally speaking. The last album I listened to was Jasmine Sullivan's new album, but I don't listen to albums. I did listen to the entirety of the Black Parade, My Chemical Romance. Those are the two albums I have listened to in 7 years. Yeah, roughly. Because the last album that I listened to before that in its entirety was Jeff Buckley's Grace. If that gives you an idea. I don't care about albums. I don't know. I feel like, in an album you can pick out stuff that you like the most, and that's the best work, and you just listen to that. So, I was early to LimeWire and all that stuff, so I just never got into the habit of listening to albums. Like, I haven't even listened to Dark Side of the Moon. Which is like probably a travesty, given it's so influential. I haven't listened to the Beatles album, etc., etc.
Do you remember?
The reference of the
it's so
baby
simple.
boy.
So it's very, very simple. Do you remember?
The reference of the
it's so
baby
simple.
boy.
So it's very, very simple.
Forget the context of that.
Highlight was when the stage was this. And bring them back up. Can we bring in the extra LED and bring it back up?
Wow, she knows like very specific details of the production, which is not common. How many singers do you know that like actually they actually put this kind of attention to detail in? Like she's talking about the LED lights, and this is why like people I get a lot of crap from some of my mentors about not focusing. This experience. This I don't see very often at all. Looking at a black screen and hearing nothing. It might have been that. Was it a scene change? It might have been a scene change. I like albums because they create a timeline that creates a story. Yeah. Yeah, I will say listening to Jasmine Sullivan's album was like a nice experience. It was like a vibe. And it was really cool. I don't listen... God, I actually get sick of a lot of Grace with Jeff Buckley now because I had it on repeat for many years. Black Parade is nice as a concept album, though again, like I don't listen to it in its entirety anymore. What I should do is I should just listen to Lemonade in its entirety. Because I know that was a concept album, right? Or at least like it was some sort of protest. Like the message behind Lemonade was culturally significant. I know that much. I just don't know why. And I probably won't know why unless I listen to it and also dig into the lyrics and stuff like that. This is incredible.
You remember?
Okay.
The reference of the
It's so
baby
simple.
boy.
It's very, very simple.
I just don't know anybody who gets into that. She's talking about LED lights.
Was this? You remember?
Okay.
Like,
Bring it back up. Thing I like is when the bring in the extra LED and bring it back up.
like
Thing I like is when the stage was this.
I'm just getting used to color correction, and she's like telling like lighting engineers like that's what she wants very specifically. That's really cool.
We'll be
Dance rehearsal.
basically warming her up and trying to get her back into shape.
This I love. This is something I don't see enough of. This hip rotation thing right here. I used to do this when I was a Pilates teacher. Let me hear what they have to say first.
To shape, starting small, little baby steps. And then probably reviewing some choreography at the end, stretching her out, just getting back into motion because she hasn't been working out in like I don't know how long.
Okay.
Basically warming her up and trying to get her back in.
This is really important. The mobility of the shoulder girdle and the hips. And this woman clearly knows what she's doing. Like these are just excellent things to do with an individual. So yeah, I wish more people would treat fitness like this, where it's like you should be learning about your body and how it should move instead of like beating the crap out of your body. So this is really cool. Patience. And watch expertise be spelled with the S. Yeah, it's expertise with not a Z. Sounds like a Z, but English, everybody, right? Wonder, can I rotate it?
Yeah.
Let's move that. Oops. Let's do my cut.
Basically warming her up and trying to get her back into shape, starting small, little baby steps. And then probably reviewing some choreography at the end, stretching her out, just getting back into motion because she hasn't been working out in like I don't know how long.
That's the thing, is like, yeah, this is a 5-minute video, but it's like...
That'd be cute for the boys. A little moment.
Just don't don't. Just don't record it. Oh, I gotta sing this song. Just don't record it. Oh, I gotta sing this song.
I love that. This is another example of very aware of limits.
Just don't
you know what'd be funny here? This would be really funny. Little shots fired there, haters. Lemonade tells the best story because she got cheated on. It was so badass. But ultimately she took him back, so it also shows a vulnerable side, which I really enjoy. Lemonade Coachella performance was culturally significant. I believe it. I believe it. A lot of, I don't, for me, it's like I listen to a lot of her older stuff because like Destiny's Child is like more R&B, whereas it's funny because you could call what Beyonce does now hip hop, but hip hop is now pop, just the way like in the '90s like R&B was pop, right? But even though I didn't personally feel or experience Lemonade in a way that was really like transformative, it was really, really important to a lot of people I know. And I respect the shit out of that. That's just a valuable thing to do for people, and that's a very positive thing that she did. Listen to 4 for pure vocals, best storytelling. Listen to anything after Lemonade for the best meaningful messages. If not all of Lemonade, you'll really like. I'd be down. I'd be down to do that. I used to do that in the Discord. I used to just like have stuff on, because there's no copyright shit in Discord yet. So yeah, I could do like a listening party just to like gain more awareness.
Don't record it. Oh, I gotta sing this song.
I love that. I love that.
Don't record it. Oh, I gotta sing this song.
It's a great like. Okay. We need. I got a little bit of a joke here. We need a montage. She's a master of the montage. Add some humor in here. Okay. Now hold on here, because I gotta get let's see. I want to get this in here as a meme. And then I want to scratch sound. Final scratch. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Can I do this with YouTube DP? Man, request a format not available. Rep. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll just do webm and convert it that way. Listening party would be down. Listen to albums and react to listen to albums and react to recommended live performances of the songs you've heard. I.e. post in the community tab, listen to Blank's album, recommend live performances, and go from there. I think that would be really good. I think that would be cool to do in Discord. I've been thinking about this where, because if I comment or react, I can clip it, and then put it in Resolve, and then edit it. And that would speed up the process of cutting things down tremendously. Understand that I don't even do fitness unless I can make it into content. I'm obsessed. I haven't exercised in months, but I'm making a video training like Beyonce, so there we go. Here's my montage. Let me get a better one. Burp. I'm on Instagram, folks. Should put it on TikTok too. I'm gonna put it on Shorts as well. But anyway, you need a montage. Just that is cute. Yes, it is. Scratch. All right. We gotta have this. Let's see. Let's see. I forget. Stallone. Okay. Okay. Then I gotta have that in here where I have the scratch. Bizarre. Can I do it in here? No, it doesn't look like. How can I add it to the media file? Oh, that's WebM. I need the wave. That's why. Okay, and then, oops. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'll do this. No, it's not fine because I deleted the text. Here we go. That. This. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Blah blah. That's what I wanted. And now we put in the montage. Need a montage. Voila. No, that's way too much. Why? Can you go? There we go. I want to crossfade it though. Okay, hold on. We can delete the audio from here. Just go ahead and mute it. And then put the text above. Sorry, y'all, kind of editing as I go here. But we screwed up the reaction bit. So, you know. And then we can cut it from there. Yeah. I'm not sure if that little bit is copyright protected there. I think my favorite, Fan of Grana, I don't dislike her. I just don't know enough about her. That she evokes emotion. That she evokes emotion. Not whatever the hell I said before. What I love about Beyonce is I want to be as... My ambition is larger than my skill set currently. So I look to Beyonce for inspiration and motivation. Yeah. So that's let's meet that, and then this is fun. I do like making videos. I used to hate it. Alright. And then I'll do this. Get on her level! There we go. Got that there. I figure, you know, if we're cutting it up to make a video, might as well cut it up to make a video. Get! Why is the audio so shiza? Oh. Okay. Why did that happen? Is that on the other one? No, okay. Weird. Weird that was the case. Alright, gotta record that. Get on her level. I think this one would be fun too. I had a friend teach me exactly how to do that. You gotta wait till the apex for the snap. Very important. Get on her level. There we go. Little meme for y'all. An apparent hard work. They call her calculated, but I disagree. You just see the work she put in. Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, like, yeah, I think she works for the present. I think that's something that it took me way too long to learn, was that I had to learn to work for what was right in front of me. Like, I'd always try to find the answer. Like, the answer. Well, let me change it back to observe. So, like, I have an editor now. He's not doing a lot. And the task I have him working on is, there's only like 6 or 7 videos he can actually do. What I'm having him cut out the copyright stuff of like my other earlier videos where I wasn't monetized, and then we're gonna re-upload them because then I can monetize them. And there are only 7 of those. I have no idea what he's gonna do after. I have no idea, but I'm okay with that. Whereas I used to panic about that a lot. I was like, well, that works now, but what works later? Wow. She's actually like, it is dark o'clock. You know who else does this is deadmau5. deadmau5 does this. Where he'll act like deadmau5 actually makes his 3D stuff. So that's really cool. I don't want to call her a perfectionist because I think that has bad connotations. I think perfectionism is like a bad habit. Thorough. Attention to detail. Oh my god, I want to send a good message. I don't want to be like, listen, make up shit to pay attention to. It's not just prioritize. She's not just prioritizing. She's not just doing it. Validation. I'll go with that. That's a topic I can talk more about. There's an idea, and I think this is like artists never fucking do this. They just make what they want, and they think like, oh, if it's just good enough, it'll like you don't get to decide what good is, right? Like like other people decide what they want to listen to. It's not up to you. And this idea that like an artist knows quality is a farce. What you have to do is you have to validate. You have to test what people want from anybody. Like, so that's validation. So she's validated each and every little element of the show. Because like if I say attention to detail, what people are going to do is they're going to take that and they're going to try to do artistic whatever, and then they're going to make shit up to care about. I've seen that so often. Like they obsess over details, but they're making shit up. Like that happens way too often. So validating each element over 20 years. Let's put in the decades bit of that. Where's the text? There we go. Can I underline it? I think I can underline it, yeah. Nope, I can't. Okay.
Great as it is, we're not using it, right?
So that's part of the movie. Yeah.
I want to get more of her like reviewing this stuff.
Unfortunately, that is great as it is, we're not using it, right?
So that's part of the movie. Yeah.
I love that. She calls herself a perfectionist. That's fine, because like she's functional, like, or maybe she has tremendous anxiety. But I took it the wrong way. I was like, oh, a perfectionist is a good thing. But I started making shit up. You don't want to like make assumptions about what's important. Why she is able to discern what is worth her time is just decades of experience. Whereas artists generally don't have the same level of experience as Beyonce. They didn't start when they were like 9, and never stopped.
I don't like that the beat comes in before the beat comes in.
Right.
You can't give away the song. I give away the song, not the intro. We're not using it, right?
So that's part of the movie. Yeah.
I don't.
Let's cut this.
I don't like that the beat comes in before the beat comes in.
Right.
You can't give away the song. I give away the song, not the intro.
Damn. Like, get schooled. Respectful but firm. I would go with that for this situation. She's not shy. No, I'm in the wrong one, right? Yeah, I'm in the wrong one. Okay, respectful but firm. Hold the vision. I don't like that one. How about this? I'm learning this from Mr. Beast, actually. It's, there we go. That makes it more legible. Am I familiar with Ariana Grande? I've listened to some Ariana Grande stuff. She's an incredible singer. I think like a lot of her tunes, at least like the tunes that I've heard, like discuss like sexuality and stuff like that. It's the aesthetic is not something I'd listen to in my own time, but I respect the shit out of her. She has really bad insomnia. She said she discovered CBD on the last tour. It helps a lot. It helped with me and my wife actually too. It's amazing. CBD and THC are I'm not like a huge THC person, but it's helped me a lot with anxiety. And I think it needs to be legalized everywhere. It's legalized where I'm at. So
we should map off the width of that LED floor in my room down in rehearsal.
Oh, that's
so
really
we can
smart.
just know where we're going.
Look at that.
In the actual space.
This right here, this is the master of practice part. This right here. That's amazing to me. Like right there.
Down in rehearsal.
Oh, that's
like what is even like what lesson do I want to impart here with this? Be prepared. That much I would say is really important. Because that's true. Like if you have something in the show, I've been guilty of this where like I'm like, oh cool, let's just put that in. And then that thing goes terribly wrong. Or like it's bad. You know, like I just like didn't think about a thing thoroughly enough and then it went badly. This is cool. What is it? Music video? I don't know. It's cool though.
For this shoot today is to have a good blueprint so we know what to choreograph with the lights.
Wow. That's actually really clever. So this is both marketing and rehearsal.
Gonna do.
Yeah, this is incredible. So this is I'm on the wrong one. There we go. Artistic and pragmatic.
The whole reason for this shoot today is to have a good blueprint so we know what to choreograph with the lights.
This is what I was saying.
And I don't know if everyone understands it like I understand it.
That one's also a good one. Is it extreme ownership is a concept that I don't quite like. It's a very there's a guy, a Navy SEAL who does business consulting now. And his main thing is extreme ownership. Like if you're the boss, things start and end with you, and you need to be reasonable within that. And you need to be able to delegate, but if shit goes wrong, it's your fault. So he would give examples like, you know, if people were if Navy SEALs died, like, and if you're the commander, like, you have to own that. Like, maybe there was nothing you could have even done, but it's still like that's on you, that's super heavy. But I was shocked that Beyonce's sexual lyrics she does it in a sophisticated way. I like what Chloe had to say about that. I don't think you need to be explicitly sophisticated to talk about sexuality. Because I was the same way. I was like, oh, have something valuable to say. Don't be like nasty about it. But I think Chloe, what she said about sexuality, I thought was insightful for me. She was like, I'm not going to be ashamed. I'm going to use my body to express myself. And like her music videos are like, forget risque. They're just like over the top, but that's her point. And I think that's actually really interesting.
Everyone understands it like I understand it.
If we're gonna do something like that and try to use the lights, we need a reference so they know what to project on us.
And that's why we're here almost a month before the show, so we can be prepared and have the time and do it properly. Why we're here.
Project on us.
Sorry, y'all. Just at this point, like I'm just making a video. like this was supposed to be kind of like a live react stream, and then it just turned into a video making session. But
and that's why we're here.
I hope this is entertaining for. I mean, you're literally watching me make a video.
And that's why we're here almost a month before the show, so we can be prepared and have the time and do it properly.
Cutting.
This is cool. Montage. Okay. That's it. Okay. So I have, dang. Quite a bit to work with. Have I seen the rehearsal clips from the Homecoming documentary? No, but I would love to. To be honest, like this is like the awakening for me right here.
I don't like that the beat comes in before.
No, not this one. Where she talks about the LED.
Unfortunately, that as great as it is, we're not using it, right?
Because this stuff is, I thought, like, I was getting anxious. Like, I've been working on my lighting and my color correction. And I was like, is that really the best use of my time? Does that make me a musician? Should I be doing that? Yeah, is the answer. This is a fun bit. Let's put that here. And then I think I want it after. Like a rude interruption of the theme. And then yeah, let's try that. Yeah, that works. Get on her level. Yeah, that works. That's a nice one.
Unfortunately, that is great as it is, we're not using it, right?
So we know what to choreograph with the lights.
This is what I was saying.
And I don't know if everyone understands it like I understand it.
If we're gonna do something like that and try to use the lights, we need a reference so they know what to.
I could organize these clips into sections. Because a lot of this is about production, but there are many sections here about like actually being a singer. So you could totally make a video about the production explicitly.
I perform mostly at the edge of the stage.
So that could easily be on practice, technique. I like this one. It's a nice contrast. Always push yourself, but be aware of your limits. This will be interesting. I think what I'll do is I will react to this cut up stuff. Because I like that idea of, because I need to practice talking about these things, and so I could practice talking about them in sort of reaction video. Or just kind of film it. We'll see. Yeah, no, I like this. This is cool though, because I have a reaction video. I have a stream tomorrow, and then I have so far I have 5 videos planned out. I have a reaction video, so that's going to be the 6th, and then I have a stream coming up that'll be the 7th piece of content. I have some shorts I can plan out. And then that gives me enough time to actually spend more time on a video. Because it's just, there's so much scheduled out. True. I could do that I could do a reaction to on another stream. I could do 2 reaction videos. One to this, and then one to this. That's worth doing, I think. I gotta be careful. I like to work in ways that I often overextend myself. Let's take this. Like sometimes I'll forget to take time off, so I have to be better about that. Yeah. Not a valid URL. I didn't give you. Oh, -o, right? For output. I was also going to do a Jacob Collier, like how Jacob Collier practices. That was going to be another video of mine. So I could do another reaction, another planning session. I think I like that idea of just kind of like spending some time cutting it up and then coming back to it. I like that. Okay, that's part 2. I already downloaded part 2, but we'll, Please tell me that was part 2, not part 1. Yeah, okay, that's part 1. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that gives me, I think, a good framework of what to do. I should do the Jacob Collier, how to practice. It's the idea for the video is I practice like Jacob Collier for 7 days. Here's what happened. Or no, I practice like Jacob Collier for 7 days, but each day is harder. That was a video I'm gonna make. So I'll do that. I'll do that, I think, and then, yeah, I gotta plan it out a little bit. I gotta stop by. I have to force myself to give myself time off. So the 2nd and the 3rd should make sure that everything I do kind of matches up to that. All right, so that's it for I think today. Just because it's yeah, I gotta prepare the video and stuff, and I gotta plan the other live streams. But it's cool. It seems like people are actually just okay watching me like cut up footage. I did not anticipate that. Like the viewership just did not change from when I was doing a react to when I was doing literally just cutting up footage. It's crazy. It's been actually really consistent. So I appreciate y'all like sticking around for that. That actually helps me a lot. Because I can actually increase the quality quite significantly. Which I'm happy about. All right. Time to go rest and prepare for tomorrow. Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate it.